Hello and welcome, or welcome back. This is another zodiac specific reading. Let's see who is going to get the next reading. We've already got several uploading and more already loaded. We're looking at the May 2024 eclipse energies, and if you're watching this as timeless, this is just the energies affecting you at the time of this broadcast. All right, that's it. Libra, rebalancing. So Libra, that's an important one to bring out. Libra is touched by the upcoming March 25th lunar eclipse. The moon will be in Libra and the sun in Aries right after the sun moves into the sign of Aries within about 5 days. Let's see what energies are popping out for you. So you have the South Node in the sign of Libra. Representing both your comfort zone and the skills that you've come in with in this lifetime, things that don't need as much development, your innate skills and talents. Feeling a bit of a low energy here. Let's see what's going to come out here. Bored easily. So this may be because of that South Node energy being in your sign. And Libra is this sign that is, well, it's an air sign needing the influx of new energy in order to stay motivated and creatively inspired. And so if you're feeling bored, this may indicate that you've been in some stagnant situations, comfort zones, or situations out of convenience or something like that. Let's see what else wants to come out. Guilt and shame. So maybe you haven't been speaking about your needs in a situation, or you haven't been able to feel that sense of deep inspiration and forward momentum because of something that you're feeling guilty about or ashamed about. And just real quick, for those who see those as the same, they're very similar. But guilt is when we feel bad for something that we have done. And so we see a behavior or an impact that we've had, something we've influenced in a bad way. But the shame aspect is something that we feel that we are that isn't enough or isn't or has failed in some way. So it's either the behavior or the person. And this can happen too with parenting also, where there's different parenting styles. Of course, the big boss authoritarian, there's those that also rule by guilt and shaming. Like, we can go into all levels. So this may be something from your early childhood conditioning where you didn't have the support or the foundation necessary to understand how these cycles have led you to this. So, okay, full circle, what I'm understanding from the two of them together then is that you may be bored because you're keeping yourself small in some way based on not pushing into these new opportunities, things that really have the potential to light you up and inspire you because of some level of feeling that that either you're not deserving of that, or that it's not for you, or that you have other obligations and burdens and responsibilities, so you can't take the time for the healing or for the thing that seems to be just for you, such as self-care. I kind of knew that was coming out there. Yeah, like if you need something, whether it's time out or there's something, sometimes I'm, excuse me, I'm seeing this potentially for some of you as like a single parent or even in a two-parent home where there's a need to balance and allocate resources with a lot of creativity because there's um, a lot of obligations and not as much coming in financially, perhaps. And I'm sensing that this is a situation that you're feeling guilty for needing something. Like, let's say you have a physically demanding lifestyle and job, and your body is feeling fatigued and tired and broken, but you still have to get up and go to work and do that thing all over again. And your body is literally breaking down. Part of your self care could be some type of massage or something like that. In this case, it's not only a luxury, it's a necessity. And I just kind of want to leave that one there. On the same token, there are other things that we may need for, I want to use the job thing again. If you need to um, put yourself in good standing to earn a promotion, at some type of office job, it might be very important for you to take better self care. Of course, yeah, you can make your nails look a certain way quite easily, but can we all cut our hair? You remember those mom haircuts? Some of us do, some of us don't. Uh, and the outfits, you don't have to feel that you have to spend $200 on a suit in order to be taken seriously. And I know it's not for everybody, but you can oftentimes find those designer labels at a thrift shop and sometimes with the tags on, because there are many individuals who are very well off who buy things and cannot return them, they don't fit, and then they keep them and keep them, and then they send them off to charity because they're not returnable, nobody else fits them. And so you have this designer label glorious outfit, and this is sitting there at an affordable rate for you, and same for your kids. You know, there's a lot to be said for allowing your children to have somewhat the best of both worlds. Like, even, I know this is all based on money, but you'll have to adapt it to what you need. Um, when we feel the guilt and shame of not being able to care for ourself and our charges or our family, um, there are other ways that we can tap into resourcefulness to accomplish those ends and to, you know, not feel that we're feeding the system in order to help ourselves and our family and our children feel good about themselves and to feel that they're bringing themselves fully into their potential. And I don't know why this is coming in, but also adolescence. I've noticed that a lot of younger teenagers, adolescent, they begin to have their chemical changes in their body and their hair becomes greasy more often. Their face can become um, blemished and whatnot. And sometimes these things can come down to hygiene, other times, other factors. Food influences the ability for our body to regulate those things, but also stress. Toxic friend or family member. I wondered why that was sitting in my hands there. So there's also the need to separate the projections from perhaps a parent member or other person that has had a traditional impact on you, making you feel somehow less than or unequal, or that you don't deserve these things. yeah, that's not for us. It may come back to a childhood where there was a lot of scarcity, a lot of guilt and shame from parenting, and this may be evidenced in your feeling that you don't deserve this self-care level here. So yeah, somebody has gotten in your head, and it may be evidenced by things such as your own, I mean, dare I say, hygiene. I I know that there are different people with different views, and some of these messages just come up as example, but when you feel good, you want to take care of your body in a different way. And so if you're witnessing somebody who, let's say, isn't brushing their teeth on a basis, or they're not washing their hair, or you can see the evidence on their face of something coming forward. It's not always easy to place. I don't know why we're talking about all these things, but it's something about taking better care of ourselves. I'm seeing workaholic, compromise, choose battles, yield, share, and mother issues under the deck. Dark features, eye, hair, or complexion may be somebody of importance in this reading. But this is all leading into a diamond code activation. This is the pressure cooker energy of stress and turmoil, and the squeeze that happens from trauma and the integration of shadow and light that enables us to transmute the energies that were given to us into something better. So taking the toxicity of parents, for instance, and reparenting ourselves, and then reparenting and instructing the children. So using our alchemy and the force of the elementals and Mother Earth to create a healthier, more natural persona and environment for yourself. It helps you to allow your inner jewel to shine through. So if you're needing some kind of glow up energy, then really assess this. This may be something that you need on a deeper level. It's not always cosmetic, even if it's surface level things such as our image or clothing or our skincare routine or teeth or whatever might be coming up. These things are not only evidence of how we view ourselves, and impacts our ability to feel loving about ourselves or feeling ashamed of ourselves. These things are temporary, and they're things that we can shift and change. Most of us know this, but it's coming up for a reason. Maybe there's somebody that you need to help to see these factors at play in their own life. And here's the dark features, eyes, hair, and complexion coming out again. Mother issues, compromise, choose battles, yield, share, and workaholic. Oh, those were in my hand. Whatever. Okay, so they're on the board because they needed to be. I don't feel worthy. And Leo. Leo is our ability to shine, to feel confident and creative. Tension, senses peaked, wound up. So there's a situation you want to show up for, whether it's a promotion or a new relationship, or maybe you've just left a toxic environment or moving away from that toxicity, and you're starting to feel yourself in a new way, and to rebalance and look at those voices that are still active in your psyche. Under the deck, we have Four of Crystals, control and security. Multi-levels here. Early childhood, mother issues. Perhaps there was money for certain things that didn't seem to be necessities, and there weren't ever opportunities or money for things that were. This may have been one method of this individual, the toxic individual, perhaps, that they were attempting to control their environment and their impact through the control of finance. And sometimes we can even be in a long-term partnership like a marriage where that individual can be toxic and not want to allow you to have the proper resources or the proper self-image to enable you to shine and to glow, because they want to keep you controlled, because it brings them some sense of faulty security. So if you're looking at a situation of a job, the job can create a lot of security by knowing that if we hit that time clock and we punch our time card, that we're going to get a predictable paycheck at the end. But what level is this keeping us at? And do we actually have control over our ability to generate full, deeper security from that? Or are we at the mercy of something else, something we cannot influence directly, such as a big corporate job where we're at the bottom of the ladder? Those top people aren't necessarily listening to us. So the second part of that message seems to be that that there's a need to control our our spending habits to rebalance our life. In order to get ahead, we may find it necessary to save up our money, and we may find ourselves getting bored because we don't feel like we can go out and have outings. We may feel like everything is work, work, work. We go to work, we come home, we do chores, we do parenting stuff, whatever it is for you. There's a need to self-nurture when we have self-care, toxic friend and family and mother issues, compromising, choosing the battles. It's about the ability to reparent ourselves and to feel the embrace of our life as self-nurturing, self-sustaining. And if we're not plugged into our life in that way, we are going to be bored because we're so busy working and navigating the toxicity that we're not actually replenishing ourselves in the right way. The right way. There are many ways to replenish yourself. It can be as easy as listening to some music or creating healthier time in the car if you're commuting to work. I used to listen to the radio quite a bit, but then you get all the commercials, you get all the songs that they want you to hear, where if you could tune into some kind of healing music or an educational podcast or something and listen to that in the background. Maybe it's a healing thing. Maybe it's I bring up Esther Hicks with Abraham Hicks channeling, that law of attraction. It really feels good to help us to not take things so personally and to really see ourselves as the chooser and the navigator of our process. Under the deck now we have 5, Shaman. Divine wisdom and spiritual power. I feel like this is an empowerment of your ability to rebalance and recalibrate your life and to take what didn't work previously and to really instill some deep, thorough, transformational changes in your friend groups, family groups, in your home, where it's not that you're under your mother's control unless you've had to move back in or something like that. But all of this is also divine, so that we can encounter and surpass those invitations for us to wade around in toxic waters, where then we can invite our own self-care regimen to the table here. Queen of Acorns, passion and creativity. And what's popping out to me is that sometimes with the mother issue, and the toxic mother in particular, you'll see the mother that attacks the daughter specifically, but could be anyone's sense of self by because they're threatened in some way or challenged by their life that they didn't choose to live for themselves. They chose to be lived by the life that was imposed upon them. but your passion and creativity is remarkable, and you've been walking on shifting ground, it looks like to me, for a while, but the sun is at your back and it's really beckoning you to continue and to cultivate your passions and your creative force, and to, within your own home, to shift those energies into something that develops the creative impulses of perhaps your children, or even yourself, your partner, your friends. And if you can't inspire and they want to drag you down, then you know what needs to shift. Temperance, balance, and harmony. That also came out for another sign. Taurus. You may be Libra and Taurus together. But it looks like you're rebalancing your passionate side, your sexy side, perhaps. And part of this is really feeling yourself, coming back fully into yourself, re-inspiring yourself if you're bored, and affirmations if you feel unworthy. And these don't have to be like, you're the most beautiful in the world. That brings in a lot of triggering counter energies, because it's like, are we really? We can't gaslight ourselves. That's not balancing and harmonious. To feed our passions, it's like you're doing a good job. You bring yourself fully. You're doing the best that you can. Those are healthier, easier, and more simple affirmations to bring to the fore. It's like, yes, I've made mistakes, but I'm trying hard to move beyond my poor lessons or the toxicity that keeps me feeling small or feeling unworthy. I'm recognizing that, and I'm doing something to help myself to feel proud of myself and my accomplishments, of my creative pursuits. I engage in my passions, and even if that creative outcome isn't a world class Picasso or whatever painting, I can still feel some type of fulfillment in utilizing my creative energy. Boredom doesn't come because our environment isn't stimulating. It can, but we can be stimulated by our own inner process. If we're sitting in a boring class, or like as a child in church, if we're bored, it doesn't have to be church, but if you're in, cubicle world and there's not enough for you to be sparked, you can still in your mind say, I'm doing this for now for very important reasons, but my creative passion is developing and pulling me forward, and it's inspiring me to create something else. We can become the visionary that says, yes, I'm doing something for myself. This job, although it's boring, is also self-care, because I'm going to develop that firm foundation of balance and harmony that allows me to feel firmly rooted as a Libra. Any imbalanced situation can really take you off your track. The world, fulfillment and celebration. The whale, yes, that's a gorgeous energy. Yes, you're able to become your own shaman, or to follow those inspirational voices around you that are available to you, that are helping you to put perspective into divine spiritual empowerment of your own inner self. You know what to do. You know how to move forward, and what feels good and what doesn't feel good. And it's that choice point of moving away from what keeps us off balance and helping ourselves to recalibrate. Still seeing that Four of Pentacles, the back of the Four of Pentacles. It may be that somebody doesn't approve and they want to emotionally manipulate and turn their back. But look at what they're looking at, such a stark landscape. That may be the view from our cubicle, all the walls of the cubicles or something like that. It's the boring circumstance that only resonates because of the previous circumstance. So we're being told to look out here in this stark landscape, at that blank canvas, and know that we can start from there for our manifestations. There we are with all the tools we need. That comet or shooting star, make your wish and know that it's coming. So you're about to manifest some balance and harmony and a good promotion. You have a great idea here in your hand, a very abundant personality, and a lot of creative gifts that you're ready to develop further. And I think that giving yourself time and space for self-care can also look like indulging in your passions, whether that's music, dance, some type of intellectual study, an emotional bonding situation, time with friends, whatever it is for you, giving time and space for the development and cultivation of your inner self is powerful. And then we have the strength in the face of adversity. That's the toxic friend or family member. It doesn't mean that they're the devil or a demon. It means that they are, well, I mean, and some of these people really are extremely toxic, but often toxicity with loved ones comes through because they're, let's say, symbolically infected by negativity, by shame and guilt and control complexes, by old imposed thought forms, whatever it is. But you have been placed in this adversity so that you can choose a different path. And for some, the example that you set, even though that individual that seems toxic may never tell you that you're beautiful or that you're capable or worthy, they're definitely facing that. And it's coming down to what I'm hearing is that they are going to have to acknowledge that you are no longer held captive by their limitations, and that if you've taken yourself out of the situation, if you've turned your back on them to be able to do something else or to stay in your own energy, shutting them out is also self-care. And this will help you to rebalance. And look at you in the spotlight. You've gained a following. Folks are coming to see what you have, to what you're doing, what you're wearing. I'm seeing this as my own daughter, perhaps. She's not a Libra, but she, in this recent year even, has developed a real sense of style, and she suddenly out of nowhere loves to go thrifting with me, and she puts together some outfits that aren't my taste, and some of them I would love to impose my whatever on, but I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like how you've done this, and supporting her unique expression. And this can be something like what you're doing, where every day you come in and you have your demeanor, your persona coming in, and folks may be looking forward to whatever you're wearing, however you're acting, whatever you're saying or speaking, a song that you might be humming. People are watching you and you're catching their attention. You shine brightly, is what I'm hearing in that situation. So let's bring in one last deck and see if we've got any clarity that needs to come through. Yeah, as the Queen of Acorns, that passionate creative force, that's who you are, but you're shown as this deer energy, which is gentle, timid, and the white tails in my area are very they're a prey animal, an animal of prey. Is that how you say it? Where they're very scared and they can run and be spooked. That's the word. They can be spooked easily. So stand your ground, know your value, know you're gorgeous, your energy, even if you don't feel like you're the supposed winner of whatever level you're esteeming yourself at. It doesn't matter. You are, without compare, somebody unique. We're getting the Magician again. You're manifesting an incredible restart to your energy and a glow up energy. So yeah, you have all the resources that you need. Don't let yourself get lost in scarcity mindset where you're like, well, I'd love to do this, but I can't because I've got this justification of not enough. It'll be something that you'll have to get beyond. I'm being told to look at the words inside the cape. I don't know if I can. Standing at a bench. Stop drinking. Anyways, well, those are interesting. Maybe you're drinking or smoking, or I'm seeing Libra Justice at the bottom of the deck, staying on the table. Getting your karmic justice will also take the self-care necessary to come out of any patterns of self-comforting behavior, addictive behaviors, and to set that firm example for self and others that you're no longer resonant with this toxicity, and that you're making a firm declaration to move into your full manifestation of your glorious energetics. They're coming into balance here. Right before a new start, I'm feeling some type of promotion on the horizon for you. And Six of Pentacles, getting what you deserve. So that's beautiful. And on the bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands. So whether you've caught somebody's attention or you're ready to pursue some type of opportunity, I'm seeing that you will be surprised. Give yourself much more credit. Yeah. Tingles. If they once loved you, they still do. You may have separated yourself from someone such as the mother because of shame or guilt or some type of relationship or whatever. You have what it takes. Yeah, we've been saying that, haven't we? You have what it takes to manifest this new beginning, to get what you deserve, and you can get it done. Maybe you and your friends need to exchange some clothes or go in together for some type of, machinery for a new business or a side hustle. Who knows? Seeing some type of lawn business or like a cleaning business. Maybe you and someone can, or just you and yourself. Yeah, time to make a demonstration. It's definitely time for you to step out and to show yourself, to show up for yourself and say, yeah, I'm going to take good care of myself. I'm coming in and I'm going to get this thing that is mine. So good for you. I love that, Libra. Take your time with this and know that you're worth it. Isn't that a makeup commercial? It's your glow up time. Take care and check in with other messages if you're inclined. We'll be back again soon. Thanks.